Have you ever looked at Amazon and thought, who is actually selling all this product? Is it Amazon itself or someone like me can sell here too? That is exactly what I used to ask myself before I started. Today, I want to explain to you step by step what Amazon FBA is and how it really works and what you actually need to get started. And because I know you might be in Europe, in US, but also in Africa, I'll also explain if this is only possible here in Europe or you can do it from African too. So before we talk about Amazon FBA, let's first make sure we understand Amazon itself. Amazon started in 1994 as a small online bookstore. Today, Amazon is one of the biggest companies in entire world. Millions of people shop there every single day, and it is the #1 online marketplace in US and in Europe. And Amazon has over 200 million Prime members. Those are loyal customers who shop more often and spend more money. So in 2024, Amazon made more than $600 billion in revenue. When you're selling on Amazon, you're not building a little website and hoping people will come. You are putting your product in front of millions of people who are already shopping and ready to buy. Here's the big secret most people don't realize. A huge percent of the products on Amazon are not sold by Amazon itself. They are sold by third-party seller, which means those are outside seller like, small business, brand, or even individual like me and you. That's where the opportunity is. Amazon has the warehouse, delivery systems, customer trust, and the traffic. All you need to do is bring your product. What is Amazon FBA? FBA stands for Fulfilled by Amazon. It simply means you sell the products and Amazon does the hard work for you. They store your product in their warehouse. They ship the order to your customer. They handle customer service and returns if needed. Instead of you running to the post office with the packages every day, Amazon does all that for you. The next question is, what do you need to be able to sell on Amazon? So the first thing you need is an Amazon seller account. Amazon give you two options when you register. So the first option is individual account, which is free account. So with this free account, there is no monthly fee, but Amazon charges 99 cents per product sold. So normally this is good if you want to test and sell fewer than 40 items a month because it has a limited tools, no advanced ad, and no report. So for example, if you sell 20 items, you pay around 20 euros in fees. That is okay for testing. So the second option is professional account, which is paid plan. So it costs 39 euros per month. With this, you have full access to advertising, backlisting, and report. This is required if you are selling more than 40 items per month. For example, if you sell 200 items, you pay 39 euros flat. Of course, it's much cheaper than free plan if you make more sales. So my recommendation, if you're serious about building a real business, especially private label, start with the professional account. That's what I use. But if you're just testing, you can start with individual account and upgrade later. So the other things you need is a bank account to receive money, a credit card for fees like PPC fees, business registration. For example, in Germany, you need a Gewerbe, and of course, a product and the start capital. Most sellers start with 2,500 to 5,000 or more. Personally, I started with 2,600. So it depends with the product you choose. Maybe it will be more or less. So after having an account, the next step is market research. So now let's roll down here because this is the most important part of the whole business. You don't just wake up and say, oh, I like candles, so let me sell candles. No, on Amazon, the only product that succeed are the ones people are already searching and buying. You have to do product research. This means you look at what already is selling well. You check how much competition there is. You find the gap where you can bring something better. Honestly, doing this by hand is really hard. That's why most Amazon sellers, including me, use softwares like Jingle Scout, Helium 10, and there is also more software out there, but personally I use Helium 10. So what is Helium 10? Helium 10 is like a toolbar for Amazon seller. It will show you the numbers behind the products. So for example, imagine you want to sell yoga mat. With Helium 10, you can see how many people are searching for yoga mat every month. So you can check how much sales the top sellers are making. You can look at the competition if there are so many sellers already there or is there still space. You can also read customer review to see what people love and what they are complaining about. It's like putting on glasses that let you see the hidden world behind Amazon. So it can help with the keyword research. It will show you what customers are typing into the search bar. If people type yoga mat more than 3,000 times a month, you know there is demand. Also product validation. You can check if the top 10 sellers are making real sales. If they are only making a few sales in a month, that's not a good niche. But if they are selling thousands, it's worth looking at. Also the competition analysis. If all the top sellers have thousands of reviews, it will be very hard for you to compete as a beginner. But if some have only 100 reviews or less, you might have a chance. So Helium 10 lets you calculate your profit after Amazon fee, shipping, and cost. This is super important because sometimes a product looks good, but after fees, you don't make any profit. Let's say I'm interested in selling kitchen organizer. I tap kitchen organizer on Amazon. I see 8,000 people searching for it every month. Great, lot of demand. Then I check the sale of the top sellers. One seller is making over 30,000 per month. Another seller is making over 15,000 per month. Good sign. But I also see that all the top sellers have hundreds of reviews. That means the competition is too strong. So what do? I look deeper. Helium 10 shows related keyword like cup organizer. Maybe there is a small niche inside with less competition. That's how you find the sweet spot. High demand, low to medium competition. If you skip this step, you risk launching a product nobody wants or one that impossible to compete in. That's why research is everything in Amazon FBA. And Helium 10 is one of the best tools to help you. It is save time, show you real numbers, and help you make smarter decisions. So the next step is choosing the way to sell. There are actually two ways to sell on Amazon. Option one is arbitrage. This is when you buy product cheaply in store or online and resell them on Amazon at a high price. For example, you find a toy in TK Maxx or any supermarket and see it is selling on Amazon for higher price. You buy it and resell it. It can be a quick way to start, but you don't own the brand. You can't really scale. And also, you always chasing new deals. It feels more like a side hustle than a real business. So the next option is private labeling. What I do and I recommend. This is when you create your own brand. You take a product that already exists, you improve it and sell it with your logo and packaging. For example, instead of selling just a water bottle, you write Jenny Eco water bottle. So with the private label, you own the brand. You can grow and add more product. Customers start to trust your name. And also, you're building something valuable you can even sell one day. It will take more effort at the start, but the rewards are bigger. This is the model I use, and it's the one I recommend if you want a long-term business, not a quick money. So step 3 is finding manufacturer for your product. So now you've done your research, you know what product you want, and maybe you even decided you you'll do private labeling. The next question is, where do I actually get product from? This is where you need a manufacturer, the people who make the product for you. And there are three main ways you can go about it. So option one is Alibaba. Most Amazon sellers, including me, when I started, I used Alibaba.com. Alibaba is, think of it like a giant online marketplace, but instead of shops for customers, it's full of factories listing the product that they can make. So here is how it works. So you go to Alibaba.com, type in the product you want to sell. For example, you want to sell stainless steel water bottles. You search on Alibaba and find many factories offering them. You compare the price, ask for samples, and choose the one with the best quality. My tip when using Alibaba is look for verified suppliers and trade insurance for safety. Don't order from the first suppliers. You see, always compare with at least 3. And also negotiate. The more you order, the cheaper it gets. So this is the easiest option for beginner because Alibaba has thousands of factories ready to work with Amazon seller. Most are based in China, but there are also suppliers in India, Vietnam, and other countries. Option 2 is manufacturing in Europe. Possible, but harder. You can try to find a manufacturer in Europe. For example, in Germany, Italy, or Poland, you'll find factories that produce kitchen items, clothes, or even beauty products. But here's the challenge. They're usually more expensive and they often want big orders, especially at the beginning. And they don't always understand the Amazon way of selling. For example, if you want to sell skincare made in Germany, you can find a local factory, but they may ask for like 10,000 euros minimum order. That's a lot for beginner. So yes, it is possible, but not the easiest way to start. Option 3 is manufactured from your home countries. For example, did you know that some product made in Africa can be sold on Amazon too? For example, let's say tea from Kenya, coffee from Ethiopia, shea butter from Ghana, handmade basket. Those products are unique, authentic, and they have a story behind them. And let me tell you, Europe customers and American customers love that. So for example, if you live in Kenya and you have a farmer who produces coffee, you could package it under your own brand and sell it on Amazon customer in Europe or in US. Of course, there are challenges. You need to make sure that supplier can meet international quality standards. You need to figure out shipping and customs. You need to check Amazon's rules for food and natural products, but it is possible. And actually, it can be a bigger advantage because not everyone is doing it. So which one should you choose? My advice is, if you're just starting out, Alibaba is the easiest place to find the first product and learn the process. If you live in Europe and have more budget, you can explore the local factories, but it is harder. If you are in Africa and have access to the local product, don't ignore that. You might be sitting on something powerful. So the key is whether your product comes from China, Germany, or Africa, once it's ready, you can ship it to Amazon warehouse, and from there, the world can buy your product. The next step is branding the product and shipping to Amazon. So once you choose your manufacturer, now it is time to turn your simple product into your product. This is where you add your logo, brand name, and packaging design. For example, instead of selling, water bottle, you create a Jenny Eco bottle with your brand name printed on it and eco-friendly packaging. This is what will make your product unique. Branding is not only about the logo, it's about the whole experience, the design, the packaging, and even the thank you card inside the box. So when your products are done, your manufacturer can ship it direct to you or direct to Amazon warehouse. This is usually done by air, which is faster but more expensive. Another option is by train. It's also faster than sea. And the last is the sea, which is cheaper. It's cheaper, but it is slower and it takes longer. So when the product arrives, Amazon check them in and store them. After that, whenever the customer placed an order, Amazon handle everything, packaging, shipping, and also the returns if needed. The next step is creating your listing. Your Amazon listing is basically your shop window. It is the page customers see when they click your product. It includes the title with important keywords so people can find you. It also includes the high quality photos showing your product in use and also lifestyle shots. It also includes the bullet point, why your product is better than others. Also the description, product story, benefit details, and of course, price. My tip, you don't have to wait until your products are sitting on Amazon warehouse to create your listing. You can already set it up where your product is being made. And that way, by the time your inventory are live, your listing is active, your photos are uploaded, and PPC are all ready to go. So when Amazon check your stock in, your product go live immediately and customer can start buying it right away. Another question would be, how much time does it take? At first, you spend more time planning and setting up. Later, many sellers spend under 10 hours a week. So you can do it part-time while working or raising kids, or you can do it as side hustle. So the benefit of Amazon FBA is you be your own boss. You work from anywhere and you don't have an income ceiling. You can earn as much as you want. And also you build a brand you can sell one day. You earn literally when you sleep. Of course, Amazon FBA has its challenges. The challenges are you need upfront capital to buy the products. So the competition is strong. To have reviews, it takes time. And selling on Amazon, you depend on Amazon rules. And it keeps on changing sometimes, which is annoying. If you're patient and consistent, it will work. So that is Amazon FBA explained in simple words. It's not magic, it's not overnight, but it's one of the best opportunities if you want freedom, if you want extra income, and a business you can learn from anywhere. So if you're in Europe or in US, the setup is easier. If you are in Africa, it is more challenging, but it is possible. So tell me on the comment below where you are watching from, what product you would sell if you could start today. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.